All right, if you've been following this adventure, the mystery module, the whole thing, I got it right. Okay, I found it. And to those people that, why would you want to work on something that old? What you got to do is save up your money and get yourself a Collins radio. That's where it's really at. I have all the CDs for QST magazine, and I'll go through it and see if it's in there, and I'll get back to you. Then there's the Joe Padner guy. After you find it, you didn't know it was there. I knew it was there. Okay. So how I fixed him in later months, after I learned his game, was I'd ask him, did you ever see this module before? No, why would I want to? Really? You don't know where it's? No. And, well, it's in the Radio Handbook, 12th edition. I started suspecting that it was going to be in a publication that's for someone that's closer to being an engineer. And it's laid out exactly like this. And they use the dynamotor base. I was like, whoa, okay? Because once you use the dynamotor base, you can't put the power supply there. So here's the funny thing is, you put the dynamotor base, you put a power supply there, and then you put your basic dual conversion module outside the radio. Well, what they did is they put the dual conversion module, or they call it a channel, inside the radio, and they make you put your power supply outside the radio. So there's really no real advance in engineering there, but it's in the Radio Handbook, 12th edition. It's called Adding a 175 kilocycle IF channel for the BC348Q. Okay, I did find it. It's built exactly like this. Like I said in my previous videos, this thing's really laid out really good. And I said to myself, you know, it's built like a radio amateur has built it, but it's got to have come from somewhere that's a little bit higher up. Okay, and like I said, now that I got the article, I could sit there and read through it and see if they mention taking the 4th IF transformer out of the radio. You know, that's what's eating at me now. It's like I got to locate. You know, I could stick this thing back in there. I could do that too, and then leave the filament voltage at 6 volts. You know, just button the radio up, button that smelly thing up, and stick it in the pile. So there's 3 BC348s that I own. I told you I buy everything in 3s. I build things in 3s. It's weird. The first one's a prototype, and what I experiment and do testing. And the second one's to check out if all the values are correct. And then the third one is the one that goes into a cabinet if I want to build a cabinet for the item, and that makes it look really professional. You know, rather than put the first unit in the case, and when you look at it, it's not really well made. The parts aren't really laid out correctly and everything. But that's how I started building things in 3s. It had to do with the CNC machines. I built the first one just to get the layout, and then I'd start making improvements on it, and then I'd start the drawings, and then I would do the drawings for each part, and then I'd start making a few little minor adjustments, fix the drawings, run the machine, do a lot of tests, and then submit the set of plans out to the public. But I did find it. I'll sleep a little better tonight. You know, when I get something in my mind, I'm like, well, where it is? How did this guy build it that good? Just look at the way this thing's laid out on I'm saying to myself, this guy had to be really good. Well, he wasn't. He wasn't really that good. See, the guy that laid this out isn't the guy that was stupid enough to take the 4th IF can out. But it's possible. There is a reason why they took him out. And I'm like, that's not how I do it. I try to leave everything original and add to something. And if you don't like it, you unplug it. I think that's it. All right, that's it.